Swear.
Look at this. We've got two of the greatest athletes of all time, two of the greatest boxers of all time, the baddest man on the planet, the one and only Mike Tyson, and Mr. Y'all must have forgot himself, the one and only Roy Jones Jr. Again, they do battle for the very first time on November 28th, live on TysonOnTriller.com. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. This is very exciting stuff and somewhat surreal, if I'm being honest, as a longtime fight fan. Mike, I'll start with you. I think the biggest question that everyone wants to know the answer to is why? Why at 54 years young? Why after you fought over 15 years ago, your last fight? Why are you coming back now?
Listen, I just feel magnificent. I've been training. Someone gave me a proposition to come fight. I believe it was Bob Sapp. And at first I said, hey, forget that. I don't want to fight nobody. Then a light bulb went off in my head and said, Bing, what kind of rules would he like to fight? And I said, would he box me under Marcus Queensberry? And then they called me, said yes. And then it went from him to someone else, and then from Shannon Briggs to someone else. And now I know I'm sitting here, I'm fighting Roy.
And yes, you are fighting Roy, and he's the biggest name of all those names that you just mentioned. Roy, when you were offered this fight against Mike Tyson, what was your initial reaction?
I mean, how can you say at a time when we're going through COVID, we got everything that everybody's faced with adversity right now. So while everybody's faced with adversity, you want to be a person who gives them something to look forward to, right? So when you get the biggest adversity to ever knock on your front door, to ring your phone, how can you say no?
I just wanted to ask, how did you, knowing that you're going against Mike Tyson, knowing what's at stake, knowing that you're fighting 8 rounds with the 12-ounce gloves, do you still prepare with that same intensity that you did back in the day? Do you still train with that same intensity that you did back in the day?
I honestly, you have to be a fool not to. You go in the ring with one of the most dangerous men to ever grace the boxing ring. How could you go in there with 12-ounce gloves on, which is only 2 ounces bigger than what you normally fight in? You got on 12-ounce gloves, you know, with one of the hardest punches in boxing history, the youngest heavyweight champ of all time, and you're going to not prepare to your utmost intensity? Are you crazy? It should be even better or higher than your last time or your most intense times were, because this is a bigger situation.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for taking the time with the press conference today. I actually spoke with California State Athletic Commissioner Andy Foster, and he described this fight as a straight exhibition, going to be hard sparring. His question is for both Mike and Roy. How do you guys plan on engaging in this fight, knowing that it can't be a real fight because it's Ray Corona's job to separate you guys as soon as it gets heated?
Listen, I don't know what are you talking about? What's not a real fight? You got Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, and I'm coming to fight, and I hope he's coming to fight, and that's all you need to know.
First of all, if you think you can go in the ring with Mike Tyson, the last guy that did an exhibition with Mike got dropped in the first round. And if you don't know that, then there's something wrong with you. So who goes in the ring with the great legendary Mike Tyson and think, oh, this is an exhibition? 12-ounce gloves, no headgear. Really? This is an exhibition? Come on, bro. Be for real.
Question for Mike. Mike, how long has it been since you last felt as good as you do right now? And do you feel like you have to make any concessions to your...
Mike Tyson's going to win.
Hey, listen, I don't know. The last time I was 215 pounds, I believe I was, 18 or 17 years old. So I'm really happy with everything that I've been doing, and it's just total confidence and self-affirmation. That man, it's just amazing. I'm just ready to do this stuff. Can't even explain it with words. I'm just ready to do this stuff.
Mike, I know you say that, when you get ready for a fight, you go to a different place, a different person starts to come out. Do you feel like that person is starting to come out again?
Absolutely. I can't even stay with my, the next 30 days, it'll be impossible for me to stay with my family. There's no way for them to live with me. They kick me out the house.
So is this a one-off for you, Mike, or are you planning on several fights? Is this like the restart of a new chapter?
This is an organization. This is for the Legends Leagues only. So this is I'm gonna go as long as the league is working. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna help a lot of people. And my legend is gonna be that I gave a lot more than I took.
Mike and Roy, this is actually for both of you guys. Floyd Mayweather had an epic rant about there's too many sanctioning belts, too many sanctioning bodies involved in boxing. So I'm wondering why you two guys, two of the biggest stars in the sport, are involving the WBC in this, and so like why involve them at all, or any of the alphabet organizations? Why is that important?
First of all, I don't give a damn what nobody say. It ain't got to do with me. I don't give a damn what none of them say. I do what I do. My business is my business. I don't care what he and nobody else say. This ain't got nothing to do with him. So he stay over there in his lane, do what he do. Let me do what I do. Secondly, when I was fighting, I wasn't like them. I wouldn't have got every belt possible that I could get in my weight class at the time. And Mike did the same thing. We come from the old school. It wasn't no talk about we'll take this with. No. We want every belt you got. I don't care what kind of belt it is. It could be the Joe Patty seafood belt. I want that. I don't care what it was. If you had a belt in my weight class in my prime, I wanted that. So right now, you think you want to see me perform, you put a belt on the line. I'm sorry, but it's like drugs. I just can't say no. You offer me a title, you got me, baby. We got to do it now. So it don't mean nothing to people like him, maybe, but it meant the world to me.
And he said it all. It's like drugs.
Hello, gents. Nice to see you. Greetings from London. I just wondered, have the health implications of this fight crossed either of your minds? Obviously, there's lots of critics out there saying you guys shouldn't even be doing this. What precautions are you taking? How do you feel about it just weeks out now from this showdown?
Me and Roy Jones superseded the physical test on all the programs they gave us. So what did that tell you?
Roy, you want to jump in on that one, or just Mike?
What does that tell you?
All right, fair enough. Does it bother you? Does it bother?
You did it better than Young Boy.
Swear.